What's up, guys? Welcome back to yet another riveting episode here on the Avion Awesome channel, and today I'm going to be testing out another item that I think is going to work really good for people that are running on solar. So if you happen to have a solar system and it produces enough electricity during the day, this might be an option that you would consider adding to your kit in order to stay warm, save money, and also help get you through the night without having to waste or use any unrenewable resources like propane. Now here's the thing, I actually have, more than enough resources in order to keep myself warm with propane. But I mean, it's just a constant drain. On average, if you're using, say, like a Mr. Heater at low, I believe, which is roughly 4,000 BTUs of heat, I can use a 20-pound propane tank of that every 100 hours, right? So at 4,000 BTUs, I'm going from pretty damn cold to relatively comfortable for about 100 hours. Now, 20 bucks isn't bad in the grander scheme of things. Propane and, gasoline and all that stuff, while it is readily available, I think that it is better utilized in those situations where you absolutely need to use it in a situation where you need to level off what your solar system can't do. Use it as the backup, not as the primary. But that's just me. Some people might absolutely hate that idea. Whatever the case may be, some people just don't want to get up to a cold RV. I am an avid hiker and backpacker, so it doesn't really bother me. So if you're a lot like me, this might just be right up your alley. So what am I talking about? I am talking about a 12-volt heated car mat. This 12-volt heated car mat, I found it on Amazon. It is a velour, really thick, squishy, dense foam. So it's made to be sat on. So unlike the 12-volt electric blanket that I've been using, it says not to really fold it up very tight. It says don't lay on it. It should be over top of you. It's not meant to be crushed in any way, shape, or form with your body weight, but it has worked relatively good, all things being considered. But I wanted to see if I could figure out a way to heat up my lower half. But what I wanted to do was, I wanted to figure out, what if I'm strictly running on solar? What if I have absolutely no hookup power whatsoever? What do I do? Well, I started thinking about it. If I can't sleep on the electric blanket, let me find something that will be able to endure some weight. So then that started leading me to heating mats, heating pads, and then I started coming across heated seats. And I found a plethora of them on Amazon. There are millions of them. But I wanted to find a very cheap alternative. I wanted to find one that was roughly the price of one 20-pound tank of propane. And this is what I found. I don't remember the exact name of this particular mat. I believe it's called Healthy Mate. And just to verify, yes, it's called Healthy Mate, the soft velour heated seat cushion. And it uses the exact same amount of amperage as the heated blanket does. So because it's a little bit thicker and a little bit squishier, it's also a little bit more comfortable to lay on top of. And then I just sort of evened it out because it is so thick and squishy. I just sort of threw some extra blankets over top. And this is the blanket that I actually sleep under. I have this one that I would lay on top. This is the electric blanket. I would lay that on top of there so I don't get any body oils or dirt on it, mainly because this is spot clean only. It will not allow you to put the whole thing in the wash. So you want to have some sort of barrier between it and you. And then I use my down quilt to help trap in the heat that the electric blanket puts out. With the electric blanket and the heating mat, I slept with this system last night. I kid you not. I was absolutely positively completely toasty, like even hot even. Like I was sweating at one point, and that is a horrible thing. You do not want to get yourself too hot so that you sweat, because if you are in a ridiculously cold environment, most people know that if you sweat and then that moisture freezes against your body, it could easily cause you to go into hypothermia. So thankfully, I'm not in that particular situation, so it wasn't really an issue, but wow. By the way, if you haven't watched my other video on how to stay warm while you're boondocking, and if you want to check that out, I actually did it down in Florida. You can check it up here in the informational card. If you combine a couple, and that's essentially what I was trying to do. I was trying to think of what would be the most energy efficient system that I could come up with. Now, I haven't tried just the heating, the car heated seat by itself, and I haven't tried the down or the electric blanket by itself with the down comforter over top yet. One may be perfect. One may be just what I'm looking for. And it honestly, it might be the heated car mat. It might be just enough that I'll be able to trap all that heat underneath that I really won't even need two, because each one of those electric devices, the heating blanket and the mat, they both use roughly between 3.5 to 4 amps each. And what I've come to discover is that the heated blanket and the heated car seat are on either a timer of a specific amount of time or a thermostat on the inside, so that when they feel like they have reached their maximum temperature, they auto shut themselves off, and then when the temperature comes back down, they will auto kick back on. So we're not talking about 3 to 4 amps each continuously throughout the night. They will shut themselves off and self-regulate. So the first thing I'm going to plug up is, this is the heated car seat. So I'm going to plug it in. It's already on. And when it first boosts up, it's at about 4.04 amps. It's using 49.2 watts. It's dropping down to 4 amps, dropping down to 3.98. 97, and I've noticed that it will slowly but surely sort of drift down to right about 3.75 on average. So it gives it a nice little boost right there at the beginning, but overall it doesn't stay at over 4 amps for very long. After it reaches a certain temperature, like I said, it will auto shut itself off. So right now it's sitting at 3.87 amps. And now I'm going to plug up the electric blanket, see what that actually uses. It's already turned on high, and it starts off at 4.22 and it's slowly dropping now. 413, 4.11, 4.09, and again, just like the heated car seat, it slowly starts to self-regulate down and ends up settling in right at about 3 3/4 of an amp. And then it too, when it reaches a certain temperature, it will auto shut itself off for a while until the temperature starts to drop back down, and then it will drop or it will kick itself back on. So I'm going to let it self-regulate, and then I'm going to go ahead and plug the heated car seat back in. So now I have both going at the exact same time. In my opinion, with the right combination of blankets, with the right combination of good insulation, at 7.72 amps at the moment, you're looking at 94.1 watts. If you have any reasonably sized solar system, if you have 4, 6, 800 watts of solar, if you have 300, 400, 600 amp hours of battery power, especially lithium. I have 6 kilowatts of total lithium powered battery power. 7.5 amps is literally nothing. So even if you split the difference between two different 12 volt outlets, you're never going to pop the fuse in these 12 volt outlets. And if we judge by, say, it's sitting right now at 7.5 amps, fairly steady. 7.5 amps times 8 hours is only 60 total amps. That's it. Now, granted, this is based on providing maximum comfort for one person. So obviously, if you're looking at trying to heat up more people than just yourself, the energy expenditure is going to probably be much, much higher. But I think that for most couples, this system would be more than enough, especially if you're using the right type of insulation. So if you haven't checked out my video on down quilts and providing yourself with the maximum amount of warmth with absolutely no accessories, no energy expenditures whatsoever, go check out that video. But you yourself, you're going to stay so daggone toasty warm, it's not even going to be funny. As a matter of fact, one of the devices has already switched itself off. It looks like it's the heated car mat. If you guys have any questions, please leave those down in the comment section below. Also, I will leave a link to the heated car seat in the description box below. If you all would help me support the channel, please click on that link and go buy yourself one if you're interested. If not, thanks again for watching anyway. At any rate, thanks so much for watching yet another riveting episode here on the Avion Awesome channel. I'm your host, Mark Puckett, and I'm going to see you guys again on the next one. Stay warm out there. Peace.